We're going to go over today's move in the markets and what we learned. I didn't take any trades today, as I mentioned yesterday, for the reason being there was no setup. The second reason being, if we look at the hourly chart, damn, model works. So what I've learned from today is don't adjust your stop when the trade is right. Follow the model. Don't need to trim it. Don't need to do anything. If it's wrong, then the entry was wrong. It wasn't the model. The model's never going to be 100% correct. But a second learning point is it can take a couple days sometimes. This second trade, if I'd left that as it was, 2.58, that would have hit TP in today's PM session at 3 o'clock New York, which I think is at 8 PM UK time. So, yeah, interesting stuff. I have to remind myself that, like, it feels like it takes a long time, but I feel this week I've learned quite a bit with the model, just trusting it, letting the risk management do the work, and adapting from that, growing from that. Another thing I've learned this week was the opening gap model as well. That's an interesting one with the Asia accumulation, manipulate during London, break, fill the opening gap, and then look for external draws on liquidity. Price is still massively bullish overall. So this trade that I would have taken yesterday at like 4 PM, 5 PM, that would have hit TP 8 PM today. So, it's one of those, I don't have to hit TP in the same day. If the order is correct, or the order is to the model, just let it play out, let it run. Yesterday, I got stopped out at, not break even, but I got stopped out I trailed my stop, and I got stopped out here. So my entry was down 6236, traded all the way into literally the bottom of this candle here, taken out. My stop before I trailed it from there was in this gap here, but I did kind of feel if it was going to come down, it would fill this gap, and it didn't. So even the trail there would have kept me in overnight, and we would have traded up today. In terms of what actually happened today, previous daily high was here, and the previous daily low is down here. As you can see, we traded up before the London session, and we were trading around the previous daily high. We didn't get a clean break we didn't get a break structure because we had this bullish price action here. This manipulation up before the London session ensured that price was more likely to continue up, especially with this buy model pricing in here. So taking into account my previous daily bias of this being the target up here, that is another indicator that we're bullish for the day. So there's lots of learning points that I'm taking away this week, and although it's only a small win this week, I think overall I'm like 20 quid up on the week, £21 because of this loss, and Monday's break-even trade, I think. I can't remember what it was now. I'll have to go back and check. Monday's break-even trade, or a loss, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, it's a small loss, small win this week. It's green week, so it's not bad. But there's definitely improvements I can always make in my trading, and it will be foreseeable. The main takeaway was this draw on liquidity was correct here. We pulled back, swept the lows, new model formed, like the same model formed, but this was the liquidity sweep. So this one's more likely. This got taken in the following day London session from yesterday's lunch hour. We trade down. This could be an entry here, go long, then target up here. But, you know, if I was already in a trade, it wouldn't have mattered because I'm already in it. So I'm not going to trade tomorrow unless the setup forms. It's Friday, so, you know, I'm debating it. I probably won't, to be honest. I probably won't trade tomorrow. I don't think there's any news, and Fridays are a little bit more unpredictable. So we'll see what we get, but I'm not sure. Lines here on the 15-minute. On the hourly, maybe not so much. You know, I think this might be, is this all-time highs again? Yes, we broke all-time highs again today. Market is absolutely ripping bullish. And yeah, so it's exciting stuff. Like I'm very keen for the next few weeks. We've had some really nice price action this month. Now I think about it, especially with everything being so bullish. I found it's not been super easy to read, but it has been a lot nicer than May was. For example, May was a horrible month for me. I got absolutely ripped up by the markets. I was down like 700 quid. And that was really what forced me to put this model in place and start actually trading it, back testing it. And, you know, now I'm taking learning points away from that after a couple of months of trading it in the live markets, where, you know, I wouldn't necessarily be getting that whilst back testing on FX replay because it's not live market time. And I'm just starting to adapt to how long the trades take to form. You know, it doesn't need to happen in the same day. And going from, you know, trading the New York AM session for a couple of hours looking for a move to now being like, right, it can take a bit longer. Like, what, how many sessions was this? 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions for price to hit TP. And yeah, it's a 2.58 to 1, but it would have still hit TP and it would have been like 198 quid. So at the end of the day, it's not bad news. It's good news, if anything. And going into the end of the week, if we just take the drawings off, zoom in a bit. What have we had? We've had Monday up, Tuesday pullback, Wednesday reversal, Thursday expansion, and Friday I think it will be a bit of a small day unless it just continues to push up even further. Who knows? But we are forming these imbalances here. We're generating sell side liquidity. We've got relative equal lows here on the daily chart that have now formed, which I am anticipating will eventually act as a target. Like you can see, prices wick down into this. I wouldn't be surprised if we come up a little bit and then move down into this. But yeah, like I say, we have to see how it forms. In terms of the yearly chart, where are we? Where's January 2024? January, we've had the big wick down, and now, so this was the reversal in May, in April even. So May was when shit started popping off a bit, recovering. So yeah, it just all depends. And I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with the strategy in terms of mindset now, especially after seeing this today. This trade here I was happy with. You know, I kept the stop loss and I got swept out, and I had already identified potential draws and reasons why I would get swept out. As you can see, we had like a slight wick below this liquidity, and then we swept these relative equal lows here and this low here. Not quite this one, didn't need to because we have enough here. I'm sure if I had like a volume indicator going across the screen, you'd see like a bunch of orders around this sort of level. So yeah, I won't say too much more, but overall it's a slow process, but in this game, slower is faster, and you got to wait for the setups to form. Higher time frames have to align with the lower time frames, and you have to let the trades run. I think going into next week, make it my goal not to touch my stop losses and just let the trades run. I'll deal with the losses because I know from backtesting that the model works. I know it works. I have the data, and yeah, it's one of those. Plenty of positives to take away from this. So with that being said, it is getting quite late now, so I'm gonna end this one here. I'll do my daily review tomorrow as well, and yeah, I will catch you then.